Let's get real for a moment. We all pray for clarity, for peace, for guidance from God. But when God actually answers, when God starts removing people, opportunities, or environments from our lives, sometimes we resist. We cry out, "Why me? Why now?" But what if the removal isn't rejection? What if it's protection? What if walking away or being walked away from is not the end of your story, but actually the beginning of the chapter that you were always meant to step into? Here's the truth. Letting go hurts. Even when we know something isn't good for us, sometimes we cling. Why? Because chaos can sometimes feel familiar when we lived in them long enough. And even pain feels safer than uncertainty. That's why so many people stay in relationships that drain them, jobs that suffocate them, or environments that just keep them small. Not because they don't know better, but because walking away feels like death to the version of themselves that depended on that chaos to survive. But God doesn't call you to survive forever. He calls you to live. When something leaves your life, whether it's a person, a dream, or a season, don't mistake it for abandonment. Sometimes God closes doors you keep trying to kick open because God knows what's behind them. The breakup wasn't punishment, it was redirection. The job loss wasn't failure, it was preparation. The friendship ending wasn't just betrayal, it was a release. And when you look back, you'll realize every removal was actually an answered prayer in disguise. You asked for peace, God removed the chaos. You asked for alignment, God cleared out the distractions. You asked for purpose, God stripped away what kept you from it. Here's the deeper layer most people miss. When God removes something, God is not just taking something from you, He's calling something out of you. God is inviting you to shift your identity, to stop being the version of you who tolerates crumbs, to stop being the version of you who clings to what hurts, to stop being the version of you who begs for love in places it was never meant to come from. Walking away is not just about leaving people or places. It's about leaving the version of you who accepted less than what God wrote into your destiny. So how do you actually trust this process of removal and redirection? It starts with perspective. Ask yourself this: what is God making space for me in my life? What blessings can't reach me because I'm still holding on to dead weight? Then practice surrender. Instead of asking, why did this leave me? Ask God, what is God protecting me from? Instead of chasing closure from people, seek confirmation from God. And most importantly, release the guilt. You're not wrong for walking away. You're not selfish for choosing peace. You're not a failure for closing a chapter that no longer fits your spirit. On the other side of letting go is freedom. On the other side of grief is clarity. On the other side of surrender is peace so deep it feels like you're breathing for the first time, because when God removes what no longer saves you, God's not leaving you empty. He's leaving you open. And open hands can finally receive what closed fists never could. So if you're in a season of endings, trust this: the pain is temporary, but the process is eternal. The loss may be real, but the purpose is greater. And the courage to walk away is the same courage that will carry you into your new beginning, because the same God who closes doors is the same God who opens better ones. And when God does, you'll realize why every ending was necessary. God bless.